Okay guys, welcome to week 5 in Nursing 7000. So this week you guys spent some time reading about the history of nursing, how we learn nursing knowledge, things like that. So really good discussions at the discussion boards. I have responded to most of you guys. So I wanted to update you on a couple of things about discussion boards because a couple of you guys have asked me some questions about that. If you are giving a meaningful discussion, if I can tell that you have based it on the readings, if you are asking good questions of your peers, remember this goes back to kind of how when we talked about how to do good peer review. I'm looking for things like that when you're asking your peers some questions, when you're responding to those questions. These are the kind of things that I'm looking for in the discussion board. The reason this is important, it's very useful skill to have when you're an advanced practice nurse, to be able to dialogue with people, to be able to answer questions, to be able to articulate your point of view, to be able to do so without getting angry or defensive, but to use knowledge and evidence. So these are some of the things that I'm trying to train you when we were having these discussions in the discussion board. You guys are doing a really good job with that. But if you've missed points on the discussion board, and most of the discussion boards are worth 10 points, and I'm looking for those things that I just mentioned. In addition, are you posting yours on time? And are you responding to as many people as you're supposed to according to the rubric? Now, most of the weeks you need to post on time and at least respond to 2 or 3 of your colleagues. Sometimes that's going to be a little bit different, and one of those weeks is coming up this week as we are beginning theory. Another thing I wanted to remind you, and I did send this out in the announcements, is that I did update the syllabus. So make sure that you're using the syllabus that is now posted on Blackboard, not the original one that was in Blackboard, because I've just tried to clarify some things. I could tell in the beginning some of the way that I was posting some stuff was confusing, so I tried to clarify that. I've laid out exactly what's due when, so hopefully it's a little clearer. So the syllabus that is currently in Blackboard is your updated syllabus to follow. That's going to give you all the dates when things are due, and it kind of toggles between the syllabus and the Blackboard to kind of tell you exactly what's due and when. So this week, week 5, we are going to start talking about nursing theory. First of all, in this first week, it's really important to sort of get your feet wet and understand what exactly is nursing theory. And there's different kinds of theory. Back when I was doing my PhD 20 some years ago, we had broad range theories, grand theories, Leininger's transcultural theory, Roy's adaptation theory, self-care, Orham's self-care theory. So we had the big theorists, Gene Watson's caring theory. So those are the grand theories. But now, as nursing knowledge and theory is, nursing medicine, I'll get it. I'm getting a call on my phone, so it's distracting me. As we're moving nursing knowledge forward, we're using different kinds of theories. It doesn't really even need to be from nursing itself. We can borrow from feminist theory, cognitive theory, educational theory. We can bring those in because we're dealing with humans and human populations. So sometimes different kinds of theories work for us, and those are going to be our little bit more middle range theories. So this week, we've got some really rich readings in week 5. So I want you to start reading that and get an understanding of what is theory. And as you're doing these readings, sort of think through what kind of theory would best fit your phenomenon of interest. So here's what we're going to do. So this first week in week 5, you're going to start getting an understanding and a concept of what is theory. Secondly, you guys are each going to present a theory to the class, and you've all been assigned a theory. Your theory assignments, I think, are in week 6. Let me just pull this up. Yes. So if you go into Blackboard in week 6, under the content, down there under the readings and the PowerPoints, there's a section called Theories to Teach the Class. All of you have been assigned to a theory. So you will go there, you will look up that theory, and you don't have to do this right away. This really, you're going to get more into this next week. But as you're reading what a theory is, kind of have in the back of your mind, at minimum, just sort of pick out what theory you've been assigned to. Figure out, is it middle ranged? Is it a grand theory? Is it what kind of theory is it? So as you're reading through here, also keep in mind that you're going to have to teach that particular theory. So this week, in week 5, there's really nothing, see, that's my husband, he just called here, so I'll get him in a second. So you don't have anything particularly due on the discussion boards or on, that you have to turn in, but I would strongly recommend that you start reading some of these theories posted in week 5. Some of them, like the physiological, there's a physiological theory on pain. If your phenomenon of interest is on pain, you might want to be reading that. There's another one about unpleasant symptoms, uncertainty, and illness. So if that's something that that might interest you, several of you are doing things that are kind of have uncertainty and illness, that might be a really good one to kind of start looking at. And then there's some other ones. There's a website exploration that you can kind of go to at that website that is going to sort of explain some of the theories. But one of the ones that I really want you to look at is the structure and function of theory, and Higgins' levels of theoretical thinking, and also Mars theory and practice, connecting the dots. And make sure that you're reading those to give you a solid foundation of what are we talking about when we're talking about nursing theory. And then as you're going through the rest of them, they get a little bit more specific, like specific kinds of theories. So those will give you an example of what I'm talking about, because then next week in week 6, and we're going to be working on theory for about 3 weeks. So in week 6, then you guys are going to start you're going to start presenting and thinking about a particular theory that you're actually going to teach the class. There's more information in week 6 content folder about theory and theoretical development. So feel free to kind of also explore weeks 5, 6, and 7 for the readings, because some of those might really help you as you're developing how you're going to present to the class in a couple weeks. One in week 6 that I wanted to draw to your attention is the evaluation of theory. Now you're going to need that one when you're going to start reviewing all of your colleagues' theories. And then in week 6, what you're going to do is you're going to do a PowerPoint, and this is a big part of your grade. This is one of those big, your big, I think it's like 25% of your grade. So you need to spend some time on this and make it really good, because then in week 6, next week, what you're going to do is you're going to post the theory that you've been assigned. And that's going to be due like on October 4th or something. I think it's like midway through week 6. So you have about a week and a half to figure out what is a theory, and how to present a theory, and how to present your assigned theory, which is going to be next week. So step 1 of your big project is you're going to post that next week. Then here's the other tricky part. I want you to review and comment on all of your other colleagues. So not just 2 or 3, you have to review every single one. Here's why. I know you're thinking, oh my word, that's daunting. You as an advanced practice nurse have to have a little bit of knowledge about all these theories that we are talking about. There's tons more. There's not just, I'm limiting it to how many people we have in the class. But there's tons more. So when somebody mentions like a particular theory, you'll at least have some kind of knowledge about what that is. And it might be something that you're real familiar with if it's the one you're presenting or one of your classmates have presented. So we're going to spend the next 3 weeks doing this. Week 1, learn what a theory is and kind of get an idea of what your particular theory that you're going to teach us is. Next week, halfway through it, have a nice PowerPoint developed with audio. You need to be able to present and present well, and you're going to post that. And then you're going to spend the next week and a half evaluating everybody else's theories and making meaningful comments on them. So there's a lot to do with theory and how to learn theory, how to present theory, what different theories are. We're going to spend 3 weeks doing it. I will be here to help. Don't anybody panic. But the next 3 weeks is we're gonna work. We're gonna get you guys a pretty good understanding of theory. But the entire time when you're doing this, keep in mind what kind of theory would be good for your phenomenon of interest, because ultimately in 5 or 6 more weeks, you're then going to frame your phenomenon of interest within a particular theory. So those are the things I want you thinking about. Don't panic. If you get nervous, text me, email me, call me. You guys are all getting really good at that. I love talking to you guys and texting on the phone. So that's what we're going to be doing. All right, call me if you need me, and keep up the good work out there. You guys are doing a great job, and I look forward to the next couple of weeks doing theory. All right, have a good one.